Hi everyone, we've reached the end, letter Z. Today is the final day of the ABC challenge. Thank you so much for sticking with me this whole time. If you're new here, information is down below, including links to all of the supplies I'll be using. And I would love to just hear from you. If you've been following along or if you're just joining in, please say hi in a comment or in the chat. Oh my gosh, so many of you guys are here today. So let's get started. As you know, we will go over lowercase first and then hop into the uppercase. And then I will take those super fun name challenges. I have a ton today, so super excited. Here's just a little preview. Look at all of these fun names on Instagram. So let's put that aside. So for the first letter Z, I'm just going to jump right in, you guys. So thanks for joining me. All right, we are going to actually start off with a funky stroke. Apologies for the lack of an official term, but this is not quite an overturn, right? Our overturn typically goes into the thick stroke along the slant line, but this time we're coming a little bit inward and tapering off at the baseline. Okay, and then I'm going to come back out with a hairline and then put some pressure in this loop here, and I'm going to finish back up to my waistline so I can connect to my next letter. The next variation, actually, man, if I had $1 or every time I did this, you guys, this would be, we'd be pretty rich here. So let's do this backwards. So the first stroke, I always try to break down each stroke. So some pressure here, taper off. You're going to add that to sort of like a descending stem loop, but there's no real straight stem. Okay, you're going to start at the baseline at a hairline, add pressure as you follow this slant line, and then we're going to go into a hairline, and you almost want to loop all the way back up. So you're going to cross below the baseline. You don't want to cross too high or cross too low. Okay, so let's do that again. So hairline, thick stroke, taper off, out here, thick stroke, and come back out. So a couple of troubleshooting things to notice. Okay, so if you notice the thick stroke here intersects this thick stroke as if you are trying to maintain your parallel position on the baseline. What you don't want to do is go like this, where you have your thick stroke here and then you come out this way. Okay, because look what's happening. These thick strokes are not parallel with my slant line. Okay, so we don't want to do this. We want to stay on the slant line. So what you want to do is, remember, if this is your pen, you want to move your paper so that it is perpendicular to that slant line. All right, and let's go ahead and do a different variation. Now this is a super fun one. It's kind of funky, but you have an entrance stroke that goes a little bit above the waistline. You're going to add that to, here, let's do it. Let's break it up. Then just a hairline out here. You're going to kind of braise this waistline, and then you're going to add a little bit of pressure and taper off. So it's kind of like this almost squared top of the top of the Z, and then you're going to finish with a same descending loop. So what that looks like together is entrance stroke, this horizontal loop, not totally square though, you don't want it like a corner. Just very delicately put some pressure, taper off, and then come back out with your loop here. Do you guys like that one? It's kind of funky, but I've been liking it. Let's see what it looks like in a word later, a name later, okay? All right, so the last one, I'll just do this when we're doing names to save some time, but it's basically the same thing here, but instead of coming out with that last stroke that we did down here, you're just going to do a horizontal loop outward and then follow down toward the baseline and then finish with an exit stroke. So see how that first part is pretty similar? Okay. All right, so I'm going to do a quick shout out in the chat just because I'm so excited to see everyone. I see Kim and Raj, Liza, Mama C, Patricia, Sabine, Helen, Katerina, Mikey. Lots of, oh, nice, Teresa. Hi, guys. All right, so thanks so much for joining me. And if you're watching this on the replay, definitely still say hi, because I always look back and I get those notifications too when you leave me comments. So I love reading them. So for this first version of the capital Z, this is kind of like your regular Z, but we want to add some style, right? So this first part is sort of like your lead in stroke. So just a little bit of a curve. Okay. All of it is a hairline. You're going to add that to, now this stroke here does not go onto the slant line. This is a little tricky. So from one corner, you're going to add pressure in the middle and then taper back off to a point. So it's point to point with just the swell or the pressure in the middle. So that is clearly not on your slant line. And then from there, you're going to do the same similar stroke as the first part, and I like to finish it up above so I can get ready to go into my first letter, my next letter. So what that looks like together is a lead in stroke, put some pressure, taper back off, and then finish out here. Now here is the thing. Oh, I should have added a little bit more of a hump here. So maybe more like this. Okay. So the key with this Z is, and actually let me do this one more time, you guys. I have this tip for practicing. See this slant line here? Okay, keep your eye on that slant line. I like to, when I'm practicing, I like to start my lead in on that slant line. So see how I touched it? Then I take my stroke here, I put the pressure, and I want to end back to that slant line. And then I'm going to come back out with my exit. Because what that does is it aligns that first part of your lead in with the bottom part. So if you look at this straight on, it goes into a word a lot more nicer than being a little bit too upright. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So for example, let's go ahead and grab a name here. Somebody said Zubin. So if I were to connect this to a U, then I would just go right into it. Like that. Okay, so let's do another version. All right, so let's do this second version here. This one is inspired by Eleanor Winters. You guys have seen me mention that book before. She's done a wonderful job with Mastering Copperplate Calligraphy, the book. She focuses on pointed pen, but I definitely use it for brush pen, at least the structure and the format of the strokes. Now it's hard for me to break this up because I really do it all in one motion. But I guess if you were to break it up, you can think of it as your lead in. Okay. And then you can think of it as this backward C. And then this horizontal stroke that then goes into your descending loop. Okay. I don't say stem because we don't really have that full pressure stem. We just have this descending loop. And again, you want to make sure that your thick strokes are on the slant line. See that? So every time I'm putting pressure, it's when I'm along the slant line. Hi, Justin. Hi, Sylvia. Nice to see you. You're welcome for the 26 days. It's been amazing. Lots of work, but it's been fun. Okay, another version, sorry, I shouldn't have done an equal sign. Another version is to do a compound curve, a capital stem, and then a loop here, but we're going to end it before we get to the baseline. This one's been inspired by Dr. Joe Vitolo. If you haven't grabbed his free PDF download of the Copperplate series, you have to grab it. I'll put a link in the description below. So here's my compound curve, and I sort of extend it a little bit to the right. And I'm going to do my capital stem, but this capital stem is going to turn into a horizontal loop here, And then from there, I'm going to add some pressure and then finish upward into this counter space, but I'm just going to stop there. And if you want to, you can add a little bit of pressure back down here just for some style. And so that together looks like this. Compound curve, extend to the right a little bit, capital stem, horizontal loop, and then add some pressure down below and then taper off and then finish with a hairline. Okay, and then come back in with just a little bit of pressure. Don't make sure this pressure here doesn't get thicker than the strokes on your right. It's kind of like a secondary shade. Okay. Hi Kathy, it's so good to see you. I haven't chatted with you in a while. All right, so here we go. I'm going to just scroll right through. Ooh, I like Zelda. Let's do Zelda first. Well, we did Zubin, but we'll do Zelda. I'm so sad, you guys. How have you been enjoying this series? Any tips for me? Any suggestions for next time? There will be a next time, but I'm hoping to mix it up. Like maybe we'll do different pen types, like maybe bigger pens, because I used fine points this time. We could do different styles. We could do, ooh, Zachary. We can do, what I wanted to do was subjects, like categories. So I would do the alphabet with countries or languages, or, so this one was kind of like names, you know. Okay, gonna try to use the space down below to flourish. Is one of my ways to, it's like a semi-flourish, not quite flourishing, but just using some of the space there. Okay, what names do we have? Of course we have to do Zoe, right? I love the name Zoe. So cute. And I learned from my coworker, actually I have two coworkers whose daughters' names are Zoe, that this is an omelet. Did I say that right? I don't even know. I have to look it up. But I have tons of Zoe suggestions. All right, let's find some with some descenders and ascenders. Zainab. Oh my, that's quite interesting. And when I say that, I don't mean to sound judgy. It's just I have to really focus. Remember, if you're watching yesterday, I was talking about trying to write in a different language or names that you've never seen before, because it really forces you to look at the spelling and thereby really focusing on each stroke. Because when you already know what you're spelling, you tend to get ahead of yourself and you lose focus on each stroke, and you don't give each stroke the attention it deserves. Zainab. Oh, Sabine, what will you do in the mornings? You can watch the replays. Or, I don't know, you're going to have to keep practicing and share it with me. I'm hoping to, no, it's not that I'm hoping. My plan is to still hop on weekly, but it won't be live. It'll be a recorded, Zephaniah. It'll be a recorded video, because then I can kind of do it on my own time. And I'll be looking to you guys to still tune in. I want to still interact with you guys in the comments, so hope you can still keep joining me on those videos. And then I've heard of some ideas of doing like monthly parties or writing sessions where we could hop on live, so that's definitely a possibility. Zephaniah, okay. Oh, that is interesting. Oh, Katerina, your father's last name is Strozzi. Okay, let's try to do the double Z. Here we go. Hopefully we don't have a remake of Shelby Last Night. That was hilarious. Okay, so let's just do 2 Z's in a row that are the same. Oh, kind of made that a little wider than I wanted to. My hand was a little shaky. So that's the simple way to do it. I'm going to look for a name that has double Z's here. I saw a couple. Oh, Lizzie. Somebody said Lizzie. And then you can kind of see another example. So I got this tip from my calligraphy friend Young Hae. So she did one version like this. And she kind of did all kinds of versions, but the idea was that she mixed 2 versions of the Z. So this one's not too different. Let's see if I can find another one. Maybe not right away. If I do, I will grab it. Sakaya, oh, I love her. Okay, let's do, I was wondering if we could do this version. It's kind of like a Q, so I don't know if that'll come out right. So, yeah. I don't know why I tend to make this so tight, like the spacing is super compressed, but I think it's because I'm running out of room. So, oh my goodness, I feel like I need to do a few more names because it's our last one. What do you guys think? Can I do like 3 more names? It can't be the end, right? All right, let's do Ziggy is fun. Okay. Oh, you know, Ziggy has like 3 descenders. Oh my goodness. That's hard. Let's keep going. Zenith. I'll try to do a little bit of bounce lettering. I think Zenith's a good one. So we can go off of the baseline here, back on, a little bit off, on, and then off. So if you've been following me a while, watching my videos, you know I don't like to get too crazy with the bounce lettering, but there you go. And let's do one more. Oh, Zenaida, that's my aunt's name. So let's do that one. Let's do Dr. Joe's version. So as we reach this end of this last video, you guys, what have you been feeling? What is your favorite letter? What is your hardest letter? What is the next thing you're gonna do? Are you inspired? Are you a little overwhelmed? Do you feel like you need something in particular? Time, more videos, more lessons, more supplies? Like, what is it that would help push you in your own journey? Because I know, I get it. Like, it's kind of overwhelming in the beginning. You get excited, then you get overwhelmed. Then you have to kind of find what your groove is and what you need. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a wonderful experience. It's been great hopping on live. I would love to hear from you. If you haven't said hi yet, definitely consider doing so. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, because after this, as much as I have enjoyed doing daily, we're going to go to weekly, and I'm going to be looking to you guys for for ideas on what to do in the future, what you want me to elaborate on, what additional lessons and tutorials you guys want. And I was thinking of doing a recap, but I don't really know what that would look like. So just stay tuned for maybe like lessons learned from my daily alphabet practice or something like that. So bye guys. Thank you again so much. I love reading all of your comments. I love reading all of your notes. So keep on tagging me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video. And happy writing. Enjoy the process. Remember, it's not about perfection, right? We just want to make sure we're putting our pen to the page and we are just enjoying ourselves. And if you're not and you're just too overwhelmed, be sure to take a break. And I have other tips and videos on just helping you along your journey in general. So give that a look, and I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.